Hello, fellow techies and friends. Welcome to ProAir. Skydiving is an extremely popular adventure activity. Each year millions of people skydive all over the world. Enjoy the thrill of skydiving. Besides being a recreational activity, there are also professional careers that require skydiving. These include airborne soldiers from the military, firefighters and sometimes medical personnel. Modern skydivers look at past year and wonder how any of the jumpers came through that period alive. Over the last 20 years, skydiving has evolved into a multi-billion-dollar industry between military and civilian operations. In fact, the technology used to manufacture this high-tech gear is as impressive as the finished product. The technology behind skydiving has evolved to make this sport safer and more scientific than ever before. Thanks to a range of developments over the years, which enable to automate parachute openings, track movements and lots more. This video covers the top 5 technologies behind skydiving that helped make skydiving a safer sport. Number 5. Automatic Activation Device. Few devices have affected the evolution of skydiving quite like the Parachute AAD. In fact, the Parachute AAD is one of the pivotal technological advances in skydiving that truly revolutionized the industry by drastically improving safety and saving lives. In skydiving, an Automatic Activation Device, AAD, is a dead man's switch consisting of an electronic pyrotechnic or mechanical device that automatically opens the main or reserve parachute container at a preset altitude or after a preset time. This safety system is responsible for deploying a skydiver's reserve parachute in the event that a jumper is unable to do so. AAD is a precise microprocessor computer located within the skydiver's container system, backpack, and measures speed and altitude during free fall and intelligently recognizes when a skydiver has descended below a predetermined altitude without having deployed a parachute. Once this altitude threshold is crossed, usually between 750 and 1,000 feet, at high speed, the device automatically activates the reserve parachute for the skydiver. The concept of AADs had been around for several decades, but they were unreliable and often misfired when they weren't supposed to, causing the skydiver great injury. Though there are different manufacturers of automatic activation devices, each AAD consists of 3 main components: a control unit, a processing unit, and the cutter unit. The automated activation device is an impressive feat of engineering that calculates the jumper's altitude and rate of descent by measuring changes in barometric pressure. Each AAD is programmed to activate if the skydiver is falling at a certain speed and at a certain altitude. Essentially, the AAD can recognize if you have reached an altitude at which you should have a parachute deployed and your descent rate slowed. If you are still moving at freefall speeds at an unsafe altitude, or above the parameters programmed into the AAD processing unit will activate the cutter unit and deploy the reserve parachute. To ensure this calculation is exact, as the AAD unit powers up, it calibrates itself by taking an average value of pressure to determine the current pressure at the ground level. While the AAD is on and in use, it will also read the air pressure throughout the day in order to adjust to current conditions. Number 4. 3-ring release system. The 3-ring release system is a parachute component that is widely used by sports skydivers and military freefall parachutists to attach the 2 risers of a main parachute to the harness that bears the load under the parachute. The 3-ring system is simple, inexpensive, reliable and requires fewer operations than earlier parachute release systems while reducing the physical force needed. The 3-ring release system was invented by the legendary Bill Booth, whose design revolutionized skydiving and how all parachutes are released or cut away. Back in the early days of parachuting, if a skydiver had a malfunction with the main parachute, it was always a task to release the main in order for the skydiver to deploy the reserve. We need this system to quickly release our main canopy during a malfunction or emergency. We can deploy our reserve canopy as soon as we have no main parachute connected to our harness. The transition from main parachute to reserve was clumsy and often led to severe injury or death. The 3-ring release system allowed skydivers to pull a handle which easily releases the main from the harness container, or backpack, very quickly. The larger bottom ring is securely attached to the skydiver's harness. The middle ring is securely attached to the end of the parachute riser. The smaller ring is securely attached to the parachute riser above the middle ring. The middle ring is passed through the larger ring and looped upwards, the smaller ring is then passed through the middle ring and looped upwards. Continuing in the same manner, a cord loop is passed through the smaller ring, loop upwards, and finally passes through a grommet to the opposing side of the parachute riser. A semi-rigid cable attached to a release handle then passes through this loop, securing the loop. Releasing the cord loop by removing the cable with a tug causes the 3-ring system to cascade free and quickly disconnect the riser from the harness. Stay tuned till the end and give the video a thumbs up while you also smash the subscription. Number 3. L&B Altitrack Altimeter. A major cause of skydiving fatalities is the loss of altitude awareness during freefall. Altitrack is the only sport altimeter with an analog face but utilizes the highest tech and durable digital components for accuracy that surpasses every other mechanical sport altimeter currently available. L&B has also gone beyond the average by incorporating all of the popular features of ProTrack Audible and added several new and useful features to the Altitrack. Altimeters have evolved from simple instruments that read barometric pressure on a skydiver's wrist to advanced tech that reminds skydivers digitally on their wrists, send audible alerts in their ears and even light up to remind skydivers visually of their altitudes. It stores up to 15 minutes of data per jump with a total of 6.5 hours of recording, for example 400 jumps with profiles. Includes jump details from exit to landing, date, jump number, exit altitude, opening altitude, free fall time and speed statistics for maximum and average speeds in DAS or SAS. It is the first ever digital sport altimeter with analog scale and ergonomic fit. With 45 degrees offset scale for easy line of sight viewing when mounted on the hand or wrist, it automatically calibrates to local elevation. It has a scratch-proof lens made from high-impact etched glass and an LCD for easy and intuitive operation and information review. Number 2, Dakunu One Smart Alti. Much more than just an altimeter. It's a super accurate smart Alti, 3D location tracker, flight analyzer and a situational awareness engine with big data insights. This and more, all rolled into one. Dakunu's goal is to create a device that seamlessly threads information and awareness into skydiving. This future altimeter is so intelligent that it collects and interprets key insights from your jumps. With one, that goal is becoming a reality. The Dakunu One captures so much data, it's incredible. This wrist-mounted device is Bluetooth and Wi-Fi enabled, tracks GPS, so you can see how you descended through the sky, measures compass direction and ground speed when under parachute, has an automated logbook, gives local weather reports and has other data reports too numerous to mention here. And it comes in a variety of colors to match your skydiving jumpsuit. The Dakunu Cloud is a wonderful electronic logbook that has all the data from every jump in one place for you to pore over and learn from each jump individually or compare data from multiple jumps. Here you can go look at your jumps, called actions in the cloud, and inspect your GPS data, jump run, time in plane, jump run speed, jump altitude, deployment altitudes, free fall drift, time under canopy, distance under canopy and more. You can even take your data and compare it to other jumpers with Dakunus. Number 1, Color Alti 2. The technology surrounding skydiving continues to evolve and the future of skydiving has never been more exciting. The sport will always have its inherent risks, but it's getting a lot safer. The use of color altimeters has been introduced in the last couple of years. Skydivers can now attach LEDs within their skydiving helmet face shields and visually see different light patterns based on altitude. It's a brilliant concept that's getting a lot of attention as it helps make skydiving even safer. Color Alti isn't an audible altimeter, but extremely flexible and customizable visual altimeter providing constant altitude awareness in your peripheral vision. Also controlled by an iOS and Android app-based user interface, Color Alti's patent-pending technology delivers continuous and immediate feedback of your altitude through an LED light. LED brightness and saturation can be adjusted, and there are 256 different hues to choose from. Color Alti has a bendable gooseneck on the LED light that stays in place even at very high freefall speeds. Color Alti has up to 8 freefall, canopy and ascent alerts. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the videos and contents, please like, comment and subscribe our channel.